I want to talk about Ben Roethlisberger in comparison to Dwayne Haskins right now. You know, when Dwayne Haskins was coming out of Ohio State, I usually don't do pro comparisons, but I decided to compare Dwayne Haskins to a guy like Ben Roethlisberger. I felt that Ben Roethlisberger and Dwayne Haskins were very similar players back to their college days. And I've even stated in the past that Dwayne Haskins is sort of a baby Ben Roethlisberger. I said that when he was in Washington, he could be the next Ben Roethlisberger. I was wrong about his time in Washington. He fell flat on his face. But ironically, the guy that I compared Dwayne Haskins to coming out of college now is on the same team with him, okay? And I think Dwayne Haskins has a chance to prove a lot of people wrong, like I said. But right now, I'm going to take the time to tell you why I believe Ben Roethlisberger and Dwayne Haskins are more similar than you realize. Both are big, strong quarterbacks with rocket arms. We all can recognize that, right? At least we can recognize Haskins has arm talent, you know? Both, ironically, fell in the draft. Ben Roethlisberger was the third quarterback taken in his draft class. He fell to the 11th overall pick. Dwayne Haskins fell to the 15th overall pick. Both, ironically, like I said, were the third quarterback taken in their draft, okay? Both, ironically, were passed on by the New York Giants. A lot of people thought Dwayne Haskins was going to be a New York Giant. Same thing with Ben Roethlisberger. The Giants, ironically, passed on both of them. And now both have landed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pretty crazy. And I think Dwayne Haskins can benefit from the Pittsburgh Steelers organization very similar to how Ben Roethlisberger benefited from the Pittsburgh Steelers organization very early on in his career. When you look at Ben Roethlisberger, when he was coming out of college, you know, back in 2004, he went to a small school, which that school was Miami of Ohio. And a lot of people thought he was very talented, no doubt about it. You saw that arm strength, but a lot of people felt that he was raw. And that he maybe needed time to develop. Maybe wasn't quite mature enough. Same thing with Dwayne Haskins. Those were some of the concerns about Dwayne Haskins coming out of Ohio State. Urban Meyer, who was his head coach at Ohio State, loves the guy, recruited the guy. But even Urban Meyer said, day one, Dwayne Haskins might not be mature enough to take over a franchise because he just needs time. He needs time to develop. Maybe don't give him the keys to the car right away, you know. Let him take the driver's test a couple more times, you know. Let him learn the playbook. Let him nurture and develop. That's what Urban Meyer said during the pre-draft process, okay. And he loved Dwayne Haskins. He recruited the guy. He won games with him. But Urban Meyer was being honest, okay. And here's the thing. Ben Roethlisberger was able to develop at his own pace because he had a great team and a great organization pulling for him and behind him. He had star wide receivers to throw to very, very early in his career. He had a great run game, you know, a really good defense that got him the ball back and took pressure off of him. When you're a young quarterback, if you have star wide receivers, star running backs, a great coaching staff, and a great defense, it takes the pressure off of you, and it makes your job a whole lot easier. And that's what we saw from Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger, the first, 3 to 4 or 5 years of his career, he wasn't on pace to be this Hall of Fame quarterback, but eventually he started to get it. He developed properly, and now Ben Roethlisberger is the first ballot Hall of Famer, multiple-time Super Bowl champion. And I think Dwayne Haskins can develop a similar way where Pittsburgh's going to put great players around him. They're going to make sure he knows the playbook, and they're going to put him in the best possible situation to succeed. And by the way, let me just say this. If Dwayne Haskins cannot make it work with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then he's not a franchise quarterback because you have everything that you need to become the guy. So I'm very interested to see what Dwayne Haskins does with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I believe that he's more similar to Ben Roethlisberger than all of you realize. Dwayne Haskins, a.k.a. Baby Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I have to say about Dwayne Haskins right there. We'll wrap it up right there. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.